Kia orana. Welcome, Scorpio. Happy New Year. Welcome to your January 2016 Taroscope reading with me. First one for the year. We will use these Morgan Greer cards, 4 cards, one for each week of the month, and a 5th overall energy card. We will then use a high vibrational energy at the end just to tap into. You have got these beautiful 2 crystals, kind of suit your energy, I think, Scorpio. This is a tangerine Lemurian key point crystal for past lives, and this is a spirit stone with amethyst and citrine in it. Also connects to the spirit world and past life energy, and I think that really is how Scorpio are. I'm using mantras for the month as well, devised by a very well-known astrologer called Linda Goodman, and she gives each zodiac sign their own particular energy, and yours, Scorpio, is I desire. That mantra, you can feel free to use it for the month or the year. It is definitely associated and tied into your energies, because that's how you work, and that's how it felt to Linda Goodman when she designed them. So yours is I desire. Let's see what's ahead for you for January 2016, Scorpio. Justice, the Tower, the 10 of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the 7 of Pentacles. 2 major arcana cards in the first 2 weeks of January, Swords, a Cup and a Pentacles. Quite a mix going on here. Quite a lot. Busy beginning for you for 2016. No surprises. We have a pretty full-on astrological planetary alignment still happening in our skies and our heavens, which affects us all in very different levels, but very deep levels. Well, I've talked about this several times before anyhow, so it was likely to remain fairly intense as 2016 works its way through. Let's have a start and a look at your first card, which is a major arcana or trump, and this is the Justice card. We see it often when it turns up. It's about justice and it's about karma. It's a very karmic card. So again, no surprises. We put all these, karmic-y type stones in here for your reading. And you guys have so much karma in your lives and so much past life stuff. And this is tied up to past lives very, very deeply. And it's about balance. So normally when this card turns up, it is in discernment for yourself, the particular people getting the reading, and it's suggesting that there's something being balanced for you. It's a payback, if you like. So there's some refining or change taking place that will give some extra support and balance back in your direction. Now this often can be at the spiritual or metaphysical level, and it can be physical as well. It can literally be when times of things like divorce are taking place, so separations, divorce, legal papers, or even turning up in a courtroom or having to go to a court of law. And often it indicates that justice will prevail in your favour. That is, of course, if you're siding on the right side of life and that you haven't done anything untoward, which would obviously be non-favourable or would be hard to make it turn in the right direction. But it could be a long dealt with relationship issue or legal issue that has come to light, that is coming in, and the balance will swing in your direction. This is also about balance in your life, balance of your energies, your thoughts, and your past life stuff. And we see it right next to the Tower. Those are 2 really big energies together, and they're definitely about karmic energies. And interestingly enough, both of these crystals are kind of on top of this as well. So let's have a look and try and interpret what these meanings here for the cards are. Your overall energy is the Seven of Pentacles, and so this could be that type of person or energy in the reading for the month. That could be an earth sign person who could come in, who could either be there for you or part of your life, or a support person or something along those lines. Other than that, it could be about your finances, and it suggests that you've toiled away relatively firmly in the past, and some of your decisions and fruits of labour will begin to pay off. And provided that you keep going in the same direction, your fruits will continue to grow and flourish and prosper. So it's a really nice card to have as the overall energy card. It's nice and positive, but it's also very grounded and stable and, safe. It's not going anywhere in a hurry. It's staying put is a good way to put it. Let's come to the Tower. The Tower and the Death to me are relatively similar in as much that as they indicate change coming, like change is afoot. And sometimes this can be unexpected, sudden change. And I have found that often when the Tower turns up, it can be literal arguments, and they can be unexpected. So if this happens to you and it's around, try and just go with the flow and not put up too much of a fight, because the more we fight it, the more untenable it can become and the worse it can become. But the theory behind this card is that whatever you were involved in, and this can be at many levels, this can be your internal life, your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, relationships, it could be work structures, anything. They weren't quite firm enough. They were, look at this, this tower seems to be built where an encroaching sea is slowly breaking away the bottom of it. So the foundations of something in your life weren't firm and solid and structured. Unlike this. This is what it needed to be. Work hard from the bottom up, and then when you've got a solid base, as it moves up, it still has a point of stability. But given that this overall card was kind of sitting over it, it's like it's offering some solace to it, and some discretion and some strength. So this Tower could be several different things in your reading. It could be interpersonal relationships, one or two of them, or one that is having trouble and will have a real, bang effect. It's either going to wake you up and make you change, or it's going to part ways and not hang around. But whatever the outcome, it needed to happen, because it wasn't going to structurally stay for much longer. There were fundamental problems with it. So you could also utilize this card and say, okay, what do I have to learn, or how could I make the changes? And yes, it can be changed, and you can work hard on it. You could, if it is about a relationship, you can try and restructure it, or rework it, or put more effort into it, or look at past life energies that might be altering it or affecting it. This whole karma thing tied in here. It could be about clearing stuff from the past that you really need to do. It could be about rebalancing this part of your life. Is it career? Is it finances? Is it relationships? You're going to have more of an idea on that than me. That it could even be relationships. It could be something about your career even, that you might just suddenly up and want to leave your career. Or there could be some disharmony at work, arguments or things. And if there are, as I say, try and back away from them. Try not to get too involved, because often things blow over. But if you put your 2 cents worth in and become part of the main picture, you might be the one held culpable when it wasn't even your problem. So think hard about that one. And we come here to the 10 of Swords, and we see this feeling of deflation and being backstabbed, like somebody jolly well done something when you've turned around and you've thought, good grief, where did that come from? Why did I deserve that? It could be this energy from here, as I say, unexpected, and you feel really rotten about it and think, with friends like that, who needs enemies? I get that feeling when this card comes out. So again, it's about knowing that this needed to happen, and that when we see endings, change is inevitable, and you learn from it and you head off in a new direction. I think too, this is about taking time out and resting. This is nervous exhaustion and tension as well. Some of you may need to take a rest and, you know, stock yourselves up, like replenish yourself at deep levels, at your psyche, and let things go. It's definitely about letting stuff go. Don't hold on to trauma and loss. See if you can pick the pieces up and move forward into this new light that is in the background here, in the very back. There is always new light. Where there is an ending, there is always a beginning, and that's the reality. That is what life is about. Nothing is ever stagnant. The universe constantly evolves and constantly moves and grows. Nothing is more certain than that. And there is no doubt that where we have these endings, we have new beginnings, and to let go of things that no longer suit you or serve you. So this is very much about letting go of stuff that wasn't the best for you, wasn't serving you well, and isn't doing your soul or your karmic path any good. So it's a really quite interesting, it's very in-depth reading, Scorpio. It's very intense, just like yourselves, very passionate here, and it's very karmic. This is like wheel. And I think it's taking you from the beginning of 2016. This could form the way forward for you. So there's a lot of work in here about re-establishing parts of you, the way you're going, the people you associate with, your career, legal identities, money, finances. It's really quite intense. I would suggest to you guys to even stop the video, you know, and just picture the picture yourself and feel into this and see what personalized messages you can get from it, because there's quite some in-depth stuff going on in these cards. I would also say, when these two turn up together, that I think a degree of caution needs to be taken with your physical self as well. So, you know, if you're thinking of doing any really risky or silly things in January, when I say silly, you know, everyone's degree of silly is personal, isn't it? But perhaps just go back to any risky type situations, just be cautious around them, and watch where you're going and what you're doing. You know, watch when you're driving as well, keep an eye out, that type of thing. Just a little bit of full-on energy there in that middle of January. So we come to the end and we see the Knight of Cups, and he's looking out and further into February, I would say, and he is offering some sort of peaceful love, support, nurturing, generosity. He's a water sign like yourself, so he could be yourself. So it's almost like, and he's wearing his armor, but he feels as though he's gleaned something and he's ready to move into the future. So this could be how you end up, you know, at the end of your month, like you've dealt with this stuff over here and you're ready to move on. And actually this is like the victory cup. It's like, yes, I've been through all that. Now I'm going to have a drink of celebration and I'm moving on. And where am I headed? This is very much contemplation and new beginnings, new offerings, new energy, and it's coming into February. So there's that feeling of definitely removing old stuff here that is not right for you, and moving into something very new for next month, for February as it comes in. So I think we've probably covered off that for January. A lot going on, but it's okay. I mean, you guys, it's kind of what your life is actually about. You know, you come in the Scorpio sign, and there will be so much that happens in your life, and it is intense, and it always will be, and it is very karmic, and it is very life-changing. So I don't think there's any way that you won't experience these periods in your life. Anyhow, let's see what the high vibrational energy card is going to tell you for the month. So it's these beautiful Angel of Atlantises, which you've got the Lemurian stone in the background, the Lemurian stone, which is similar to the Atlantis energy, very old ancient energies from the earth and the galaxy. So let's see what message is particularly coming your way. I'll spread them actually, and I'm going to come up this end. Intention, Sandalphon intention. And the Sandalphon is this beautiful orange chakra, a little bit like this. And it's about coming through your core of your body and getting strength too. So through the sacral chakra and the solar plexus, and setting your intention. And it's actually quite nice to see what your intention is for the year ahead. And it's a good time to do it at the beginning of the year. And I think with those energies that turned up in your reading, it's probably also a good time to set intention for what you want to do and how you want to move forward. So I'll read from the book the words. Drawing this card means Sandalphon is asking you to make a list of your many expectations, as these are the seeds of your intentions. Thought creates reality, and so by revealing this card you are being asked to truly specify what you intend and to place a purpose to that intention. From clearly defined purpose your experience is wrought. The angels want you to experience love, joy and success. Therefore, visualize yourself and your intimates in gratitude, joyously experiencing the outcome of your intention. This is the kernel from which abundance grows. So there we are. I think that cup, the Knight of Cups leading into February, that's your intention. And that is the Linda Goodman affirmation, your desire, taking you into the rest of the year. And I think without setting intention, we are really like candles blowing in the wind. We must have the intention for the path forward, because that is our strength. No intention, no way forward. So there you are, Scorpio. That's a really deep, powerful reading. Lots and lots to consider, and lots of energy involved in it too. It's quite like core. It's quite firm in here, you know. It's like they're around and they're making their intentions known to you. So thank you for tuning in and listening. I love doing the readings for you. If any of you want a private reading, just connect with me via my webpage and we can work from there. Have a wonderful January ahead. Take care and be at peace and find happiness and joy. Ka kite noa, much aroha. Namaste from Chris.